Hello, I'm Helene for those of you new to my channel. And I had not planned on doing another JoAnn update. Figured most of you have heard the news or been keeping up on the happenings with the JoAnn stores and the closing. But for those of you who haven't, here's what I learned as of today, Monday, February 24th. And it's in the evening, earlier this afternoon. I got a text from a friend saying that the stores are closing. I couldn't believe it. I asked her, I said, what? Do you mean all of the stores? And so I immediately had to do a little bit of research for myself just so I would get a better understanding of why and what fell apart, because just 10 days ago, 300 stores, they were closing 500, right? So 300 were going to remain open, which gave me hope. And I was encouraged by that. And even for the future, that maybe JoAnn pulls through, they could make a resurgence at some point. I did not dig too deep this time. So this is the gist of what I've learned, what it means to you, to us as customers regarding the timeline, coupons, gift cards, and store closures, and what it means for the 19,000 employees who will be laid off. If you see me looking down, it's because I made notes just to have it more concise, and I didn't want to leave out any of the key points. And on a side note, completely unrelated, I just want to say, I don't know why whenever I film in this area, these walls take on such a hideous color when translated onto camera. I don't know why that is, but they're much softer yellow in person, kind of a sunflower yellow really, that changes color in different lighting, daylight to night and so forth. Oh well, nothing that a little paint can't cure, and let that be the worst of life's problems. Yeah. Okay, so this past Friday and Saturday, there was a 2-day auction, and the winning bidder was Great America GA Company. And I did not know this, but they've had a long-standing working relationship with JoAnn that goes back for years in various ways. And that included helping close some of their stores in the past while expanding the size of some of their other stores in 2006 and 2016. The CEO of this company, GA, is Scott Carpenter, and sounds like he has some heart. That'll be based on the following info. And he said he realizes this isn't the outcome everyone wanted. And I don't know all of the details of that. I don't want to assume, but could be JoAnn's debt was just too deep, too insurmountable. So the final sale hearing is this Wednesday, February 26th in the afternoon. It's taking place at the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Delaware. I think it starts at 2 o'clock, and I couldn't find where you can watch that or listen to it online. And I know there is a way to do that. But it's late, getting tired. I have an early day tomorrow. So if you want to do the research on that and listen for yourself, it's out there. So at this hearing, if the judge approves the order for the sale, then that's it. And Great America Company will acquire JoAnn's assets. And the company plans to liquidate all of the stores, but most will stay open through the end of May during the inventory liquidation sales. There's no exact date yet, but more merchandise will be rolling out. What type? I have no idea, but that's good to know. So apparently, I don't know if they had already pre-ordered merchandise or merchandise was being held into this hearing. I don't know. I don't want to, again, make any assumptions, but it's nice. So if you have a JoAnn near you, you want to do some online ordering, looking for inventory that has already flown off the shelves or out the door online, keep checking back because it may come in from time to time. Okay, so gift cards, they will be accepted only through this Friday, February 28th. So if you have a gift card, get in there and get online, or if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And all sales are final, so no returns, whatever it is. And also Scott Carpenter, Great America's CEO, discussed a multi-million-dollar retention plan with the acquired assets, and what percentage of those assets that's going into this plan, I don't know, but it will be used for retaining as many employees as possible and for those laid off due to store closures. So that's good that they are, to the best of their ability, going to take care of the employees. Because I went to several different websites, and they're trusted, legitimate websites, and even the one where the court proceedings information is. So I do believe it was him that said that multi-million-dollar, it's still not enough, but they are working with it. And the invested funds for the retention plan, this includes payroll and keeping employee benefits intact, organizing job fairs, and granting time off for job interviews. So they're helping to facilitate employees finding new jobs. And I've been to a job fair, actually I was part of a job fair with the company that I worked for, and we had a booth. And it was a really neat thing where all different types of businesses that were related into that particular field held at this event, where people could meet and greet and talk about the different types of jobs and what it entailed and what it offered and the pay and the positions available and based on your qualifications and skills. So it gave a really broad range and a lot of opportunities for different people to get into something that was best suited to them and vice versa. So to me, that shows that there is heart and compassion, and not just a company that's just swooping in and taking all the spoils for themselves, what's left, which happens, leaves everyone in the lurch, but not in this case. And there's just been some really beautiful notes online from JoAnn, and up until this point, I saw on the JoAnn.com on my app that it's just a lovely, lovely note of thanks, and that even though they were disheartened with the closing of those original 500, they were happy to continue to be able to serve and support and inspire with the remaining stores plus online. But unfortunately, that has already quickly changed. But maybe there's hope that somehow someone somewhere can keep JoAnn going online. I don't know what's involved in that, in accordance with the Chapter 11 and what's already transpired with the auction and the sale. So that all hinges on this Wednesday, and then I believe March 6th there's one more hearing, and then that's it. That's just such a blow, such a sad blow and end of an era to the entire crafting communities. There's nothing like JoAnn with selection, availability, carrying different brands other than their own. And I do shop at Michael's and still Hobby Lobby sometimes, not like I used to since they changed it a year or so ago, whenever that was. Time kind of flies. And they downsized their crafting departments so much. But maybe with the changes with JoAnn, that one of those two might pick up. Maybe Michael's will expand their yarn department again and bring in others besides their own. But even though I really like Michael's and the people that work there and everything, it's just not a lot of offerings in there for me. My husband said, well, you know, you'll just have to shop online, and I do, but I've said it before, it's not the same. It's not the same as being in there. And it's sad that so many stores have gone by the wayside over the last several years. Big major stores, department stores, and Macy's and J.C. Penney's and Kohl's has had a hard time. Big Lots and I was thinking of another one, but I also just read on one of the same websites that Starbucks is going to be downsizing their menu and do layoffs too. Well, you know, the price of their coffees and everything, well, it's no wonder. But people are definitely cutting back on that. And I've even listened to some people on YouTube where they were buying coffee every day during the work week. They're working full time, lunchtime, or, you know, the morning coffee run. And that is not inexpensive. And I will get one once in a while when I go down into the city. And I'll milk that thing for hours while I'm down there. But goodness sakes, that for a medium decaf soy latte without any extras or add-ins is almost $7, and you times that by 5 days a week, and that's not the macchiatos and all the fancies. It's just a regular latte, and by the time they add that foam, there's really not much left to it. So whether you love or dislike Starbucks or some of these other places, it's a hit for the community. It's not a good sign. It's not good, and it's not good for the economy and all the people that wind up being unemployed. So I'm glad to know that the Great America Company CEO, they're taking care of JoAnn's employees, and I guess we'll see how it all plays out when it's said and done. But I do plan on going back or a time or two. I have my budget and my limit with that, but you know, it's when it's done, it's done. So I did get myself the last time, and I forgot to show you in my yarn haul just recently. So I got that as a little keepsake, something that won't wear out, just in case with JoAnn for this very reason. So I'll show that to you in an upcoming video. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. I have an early and full day tomorrow. So I hope you all take really good care, and I will see you again soon. Alrighty. Bye for now.